right, well, I'm Richard Boyd. I'm the director of Lockheed Martin's Virtual World Labs. I've been with the company about 4 years, and I'm focused on our healthcare simulation effort. But most people, I think, might be surprised to find out that Lockheed has been involved in healthcare IT for, I think, now 20 years, and actually have about a $500 million, pretty robust business in that area. But I think, maybe it was a few years ago when all of us in this country became really concerned about healthcare, the escalating cost of healthcare, and the economic impact of that, and national security impact of that. Of course, that caught our attention. And we pulled together a group of folks, and I call it sort of cross-pollinated, our healthcare IT group with the aerospace folks. And by putting those pieces together, found some new capabilities that we think people in this community will find quite surprising. Essentially in aviation, we have basically engineered human error completely out of that system. I don't know how many people know that in the last year, over 700 million people boarded, I think, 10 million flights. Don't check my math too closely on that. And we had 0 fatalities. And it's not because that's not a complex undertaking, it really is. But by using things like checklists and safety interlocks and prognostics and simulation and systems engineering, we've basically taken these humans who are in very complex environments and engineered error out of the system. And we believe that we have very good reason to believe we can do some of the same things for healthcare. Yeah, I think that expectation of mistakes is something that we're very comfortable with in the auto industry, for example, and I think that's actually going to change pretty soon now that we have cars that drive by themselves. But that's a completely different subject with robotic cars and that sort of thing. And when we went from propeller planes to jet planes, we had that same issue. That the tempo increased, and we very quickly found that the speed of decision making, and when you start providing a lot of sensor systems around a human in these increasingly complex environments, the error rate increased. We started seeing dramatic impacts in terms of death and accidents, that sort of thing. So we brought all these very basic technologies to bear and have perfected them over time, and it's proven again to provide the outcomes we're talking about, where we actually have engineered human error out of the system. So there's some really interesting things happening right now. There's a complete revolution in artificial intelligence today. We have a revolution in sensors. They're getting incredibly cheap and ubiquitous. There's a revolution in even simulation technologies in the gaming industry and movie industry, and of course in our industry. When you put all that together, we have this new opportunity to change the whole human relationship with technology. And these and what this enables are new interfaces, new ways to interact with what I call automation. And automation to me is artificial intelligence and decision-making systems and data storage facilities and search mechanisms. All that stuff I'm just going to call automation. And I think the critical problem of this century, and it's not just healthcare, is to somehow achieve a comfortable balance between humans and automation to optimize outcomes. And I've never seen a more disruptible or ready market than healthcare to bring those capabilities into the market and make some dramatic changes. Wow, 20, it's hard to see 20 years out because that's past the singularity, that point at which machines exceed human intelligence. We have no idea what happens after that. So let's back it up a little bit and say, 10 to 15 years. I really think that, up till now in the information age, we've spent all of our time kind of adapting to technology, learning how to work with it on its terms. Marshall McLuhan once talked about the fact that the things we make us. I know that's now a Jeep commercial or something, but I think he said it first. But that's true all the way back to the first cave drawings. The minute we started creating things in the physical world, it kind of remaps the brain and changes how we think about the world. And in the information age so far, the things we've made have caused us to, or basically we're adapting to the things we've made. And what's happening now with this revolution and all this automation that I've been talking about is that now these things we've been making are beginning to serve us. And that means that the interface is becoming more ambient. Things like Star Trek, for those who are Star Trek fans, being able to walk into a room and say, hey, computer on, here's what I want, and have the thing do your bidding while you focus on the task at hand. And I think that sort of ambient usability, large bits of data that are transparent to inquiry, that will be the hallmark of the second stage of the information age.